Good day, welcome to another episode of Rod's Views, probably the last one of 2024, um, where we do the big reveal. As you know, we've been saying throughout the year South Africa is a movie, and it's been hurtling along this year, this movie. Whether sometimes it's a drama, sometimes it's a horror movie, it's a thriller, it's a comedy, it's fiction, sometimes even a shit show. And there's some actors and actresses who made regular appearances, and some who've been leading lights. So it's been tough. There's been a lot of actors and actresses partaking in this movie. So we need to decide who is the Palooka of the year in a female role and a male role, as they say in the movies. The main actor and the main actress. So we've narrowed it down to about 23 um, actors and actresses. Let's tell you who they are. The one is in no particular order. Truthful Mpumi Mpofu, the CEO of AXA. Then they say weakling Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa and of the ANC. Dithering Shamila Batoy, the National Director of Public Prosecutions. Lost the Plot ANC. Tweety Gayton Mackenzie. Teflon Danny Jordan. Clever Dali Mpofu. Wee Julius Malema. Dr. John Schlope. Melodramatic Herman Mashaba. Coffee Shop Tembi Semelani. Confused SACP. Iron Duke Koza. Iron Helen Zille. Ubaba OJGZ Zuma. Smooth Gordon Hill Lewis. Motormouth Fakili Mbalula. Sneaky Paul Mashatile. Slippery Panyaza Lesufi. Antipet Delil. And then Dodgy Zizi Kodwa. There certainly could have been many, many more of them who would have been, who could have been on this list. But let's come to the Palooka of the year in this movie called Mzansi the movie. The female actress Palooka of the year. This could easily have been someone like Coffee Shop Tembi Simalani. After she was outed for taking some money from the VBS boys, she quickly said that it was a loan for a coffee shop and it was a loss-making coffee shop on top of it, that she opened in Sandton, of all places. And well, remember, she was a mayor of Limpopo, so she lived in Limpopo, but she opened a coffee shop in Sandton. And after she was pushed in a corner by the public, the media, and parliamentarians, she produced a dodgy so-called loan agreement. This is a woman that lived, it was proven that she lived way above her means on a mayor and ministerial salaries. The kind of stuff that she enjoyed, one could never enjoy it on those salaries. And then what happened? Instead of being bulleted, she merely got moved to another portfolio by her president. But she's however not yet in the clear. 2025 is waiting on her. However, the Rod's Views Palooka of the year in a female role is without doubt Dithering Shamila Batoy, our National Director of Public Prosecutions, who comes up with excuse after excuse for why she presides over a NPA that loses cases or withdraw cases after they went to court with those baddies that were fingered in the Zondo Commission report. How this woman managed to hoodwink all South Africans, including President Cyril Ramaphosa, into believing that she was an NDPP that we as South Africans so earnestly wanted, was a masterful piece of acting. She has the gift of the gab, and she held press conferences that were really showpieces to hoodwink us with countless promises that she made of action, and where she made justifications for some of their inaction or why they lost cases. Many times there were promises that they would appeal or they would reintroduce a case, and we are still waiting. She appointed a very competent deputy to her, Advocate Hermione Cronje, but she managed to frustrate that poor woman to such an extent that she threw in the towel. This dithering Shamila Batoy also managed to get respected South Africans to publicly come out to bat for her, to be in a corner, and to justify why we should not give up hope on her. But in the process, countless times she made them lose credibility. Thank goodness her contract is soon coming to an end. So our actress of the year, our Palooka actress of the year, is Shamila Batoy. Then coming to our Palooka of the year in the category of the male actor, leading male actor. There are so many candidates in this category as well. It could so easily have been weak-limbed Cyril Ramaphosa. He who supposedly has the most power in this country, but don't know how to use that power, or is too scared to use that power. In spite of bold promises to deal with corruption, he shields some, even people in his cabinet who have huge corruption allegations swirling over them. And whistleblowers still only have paper-thin protection. Crises that we face in this country are being dealt with through the appointment of committees or the giving of deadlines to resolve matters, and those deadlines are inevitably not met. Inequality and unemployment are unfortunately worse under his reign. And then Pala Gate is still looming like an albatross over his neck. And the people who are benefiting under his reign are white monopoly capital, being the major beneficiaries, and the major casualties are black-owned businesses who one after the other, are going down. His saving grace was his masterful outmaneuvering of the DA and other parties around the GNU and keeping the loss plot ANC on oxygen, in spite of the carping by the confused SACP and slippery Panyaza Lessufi. So he's keeping the ANC in control on oxygen, and in that way it is still being able to hand out jobs to pals and to the hangers-on. But in spite of all of that, South Africa's Palooka of the year in the male role is none other than Julius Malema, the Commander-in-Chief of the Red Berets. He is Mr. Bombast Extraordinaire, bad-mannered, disrespectful towards authority. He regularly plays the race card, and he has got uber dictatorial leadership tendencies with Idi Amin traits. This is the guy who banned certain journalists or news houses from his press conferences because he did not like the questions I asked him. But now that the halo has shifted and he needs some more media time, he has now sheepishly allowed them back at his press conferences. Remember, before the elections, 2024 elections, how him and his lieutenants, they positioned themselves as South Africa's new president after the elections, and he would be the kingmaker, only for the voters to give his red berets massive red noses and actually diminished his share of the votes on election day. Due to his arrogance, inflexibility, and misreading of the room, he managed to fumble the opportunity to be part of the GNU cabinet, and now he must continue to snipe from the fringes. He then managed to peeve off some of his inner circle. You know the ones, Floyd Chivambu, Dali Mpofu, Jimmy Mani, etc., who was with him when he started the EFF. He peeved them off to such an extent that they left him one by one and joined the Green Berets headed by Ubaba, who they were the ones who hounded him out of his jobs as president of South Africa and lost the plot ANC. But well, there's some news for them. Jacob Zuma is someone who don't forget those who did him in. So besides hating Cyril Ramaphosa with a passion, he is steadily focusing on hollowing out the Red Berets to teach that young upstart called Julius Malema a lesson. So Malema is in such a tiz that he don't know when to laugh, cry, or be bombastic, and he's looking for fifth columns within every nook and cranny of the EFF leadership cupboards. Mdladlozi can talk about that. So my friends, he who positioned himself to be the president of Mzansi after the elections is now presiding over a surely but slowly sinking EFF ship. And he was actually the main cause of all the holes appearing in that ship. So welcome to Palooka land, Sir Julius Malema and Ma'am Dithering Shamila Batoy. Salute and enjoy 2025. Please advise your friends to subscribe or view the episodes of Rod's Views on YouTube, or follow us on our Facebook page.